Got a question right over here? Yes.
Yes, Rich McCain. Good to see you again, Will.
Hello, sir.
Anyway, this is for Mr. Lee and Mr. Bruckheimer. For years, there's been controversy about digital actors replacing real actors. I know you guys are familiar with that. So this film basically proves that it can be done. So how do you think the reaction is going to be with people like the union and folks like that might feel a little threatened by this character?
Be careful with this question, eh?
To me, I have the same goal as this guy sitting over there. We want to be recognized, but at the end of the day, the biggest praise we can have is nobody think about asking that. They just watch the movie and watch the story of Junior without thinking about it. But that's very difficult to do. To the first part of the question, the scared, I think for a long time we don't really have to. The digital one is a lot more expensive than this guy, so it's not gonna happen a lot. It's so hard, so risky, and so expensive. I mean, what, 3 times, 5 times? Yeah, this guy's easy.
Yeah, he's easy. You're right.
We'll have Will for a long time.
Guy, yeah.
The one thing I'd add there, though, is that even though there's a 23-year-old Will Smith on the frame, the performance was not created in the computer, right? That's the point of distinction that a lot of people just don't remember, is that every single take, even all those stunt falls that we did where we replaced the Will with the stunt performer, sorry, vice versa, we had Will acted out in the mocap stage. So the character, the performance comes from the actor. The digital creature, the digital character, the digital human does not replace the actor in that regard.
Yeah, we did this.
It's more
we did this
genuine than using a stuntman to play him. We always pretend something happened. We use substitutes to make believe, and this is a new way to do it. Yeah.
We did this for a reason, because we had old Will Smith in the same frame with young Will Smith, so there's really no alternative. It's still forever going to be better to use a real actor when you can. This just allows you to tell stories and do different things that wouldn't be possible otherwise.
Okay, there's a question right up here in the front, if you have the microphone. Okay. No. All right. We'll come back to you. It's okay.
Will snatched it out of his hand.
Yeah, wow. Damn.
Out of her, that was your. She was like,
Okay.
Hey, yeah, thanks.
Learn how to share. Learn how to share.
I'll come back.
Well, can you just talk a little bit about, we find out the back history of both the young and the older Will. Can you talk about how you saw both of the way they were raised, making them the men they became?
So that was one of the major discussions that we were having in terms of nature versus nurture. And, how if you're genetically identical, how much does your life experience affect the things that you say and do and feel? So we were trying to draw as big a difference as possible as we could between the characters. And Henry, grew up in brutal household, and he had a tougher upbringing, where Junior had the perfect upbringing with Clive's character, and in Clive's character's pursuit of the perfect human, he was trying to lay out the perfect experience for a young Junior. So it was all of the right schools, and he was only allowed to read the right books, and he was only allowed to experience the best of what the nurturing aspects of a home should be. So in drawing those distinctions, it was still interesting that it still came down to, two men who had taken these gifts that they had and still turned them into things that were going to, I'm blanking on what the line was, but that were still going to create nightmares, and that were going to, create a horrible end to this experience. So I don't know if that answers the question. It's pretty close.
Final, yes. You. Yeah.
Hey,
Hi, Dennis from ViewTV Hong Kong. First of all, congratulations, great movie. I have a question for Anne and Will. So you guys mentioned that both of you watched the work of Will years ago together. So how was the experience like? Was it fun or somehow embarrassing maybe? And also for Will, what is your favorite work of Anne before? Have you ever imagined yourself being fighting coaching tiger or the tiger in Life of Pi maybe?
Working with Will.
We watched all of the original work and of my original work, and was that fun? Dude, no. There's no fun at all with Ang Lee up on the edge of his chair watching everything you've ever done in every moment and breaking it down and describe it. Yeah, so that I wouldn't say that was fun, but it was in terms of being in a film school environment. It was fantastic. It was I grew as an actor and as a human for the time that I was able to spend with such an incredible artist as Ang Lee.
How was that film school environment for you, Clive? Working with Will, but especially with Ang.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was a really, really great experience. I mean, as I said before, we've talked a lot about the technology and the huge sort of advancements that are being made in film, but ultimately this man is an artist, and we'll talk about specific lines and details of character because, as I said before, all of it counts for nothing if you're not invested in the drama of something. And so it feels like, he's the perfect man to do a film like this where, and also we haven't really talked about the whole subject of cloning. I read an article 4 weeks ago in the New York Times about somebody cloning a cat that is actually done, and that this whole thing about cloning pets is becoming an ethical issue. And this film also brings up, we're not that far away from what the film is discussing really, and it's coming fast, and there are going to be huge ethical decisions and discussions that people are going to have.
This is why we need more people.
The learning is bilateral, I have to say. It flows both ways, and every which way. At some point, you just feel this camaraderie. It's like you're in a trench together.
Sure.
And at some point, you feel like only we understand each other is us against the whole world. They don't know what we're in. It's actually a very selfishly wonderful feeling to work. I cherish every moment I work with actors or crews or produce. That school is make me feel like I want to be a forever film student. I just learn to do those things. That's the biggest reward in making those movies.
You got the mic.
I got it.
We're not taking it away this time.
So there's a love-hate relationship with 3D. So how do you think? Can you hear me? No. So how do you think audiences, especially older audiences, will they embrace a new cinematic experience? So I want to hear from the filmmakers and also from the actors' point of view.
Well, I think that the 3D is so subtle. It is, again, it feels like you're actually in the room with the actors. It gives dimension to their performances. It's not like the old 3D where you get eye strain, and that's all gone now. There's no headaches anymore. It's the way they've done it with, Ann can explain it, or Bill can explain it better than I can, but it's very comfortable to watch, and I hope the audience gets to experience it in 3D.